High up in the snowy Himalayan mountains, where the peaks touched the fluffy white clouds, lived a little girl named Pema. Her village sat on a sunny mountainside, decorated with colorful prayer flags that danced in the mountain breeze. Every morning, Pema would wave to the flags and say her special greeting, pressing her palms together and saying, "Tashi Dalek," which means good fortune in her language. Pema loved exploring the mountain paths with her fluffy yak friend, Norbu. The yak had thick, warm fur and gentle brown eyes. Together they would climb the rocky trails, looking for wildflowers and listening to the mountain birds sing their cheerful songs. One bright morning, as Pema and Norbu walked along a winding path, they heard a different kind of singing. It wasn't the birds this time. It was a boy's voice singing a melody Pema had never heard before. She felt curious and a little nervous. Who could be singing on her favorite mountain trail? Pema peeked around a large boulder and saw a boy about her age. He had rosy cheeks from the mountain air and wore a colorful woolen hat. The boy was tending to a small herd of goats while he sang. When he noticed Pema watching, he stopped singing and smiled warmly. "Hello there," called the boy, waving his hand high in the air. But Pema didn't understand his words. They sounded different from her language. She felt shy and took a step backward, unsure what to do. The boy noticed Pema's confusion. He thought for a moment, then pressed his palms together just like Pema did every morning. "Namaste," he said gently, bowing his head slightly. This was his way of saying hello and showing respect. Pema's eyes lit up with recognition. Even though the word was different, she understood the gesture. She pressed her own palms together and replied, "Tashi Dalek." The boy's face broke into a huge smile and he repeated her greeting, "Tashi Dalek." Now it was Pema's turn to learn. She copied the boy's greeting, pressing her palms together and saying, "Namaste." The word felt new and exciting on her tongue. The boy clapped his hands with joy and said his name slowly, "Karma." Pema pointed to herself and said, "Pema." Karma lived in a village on the other side of the mountain. His people had different customs and spoke a different language, but they shared the same love for their beautiful mountain home. Karma showed Pema how his family greeted elders by touching their feet as a sign of respect. Pema taught Karma how her people spun prayer wheels while walking, sending good wishes into the world. The two children spent the whole morning sharing their different greetings and customs. Karma taught Pema a greeting where you touch your forehead with your fingertips, then your heart, then extend your hands outward. This meant, "I greet the good spirit in you with the good spirit in me." Pema showed Karma how her grandmother always greeted the sunrise by raising both arms to the sky and saying thank you to the mountain spirits. As they played together, Pema and Karma discovered that even though their greetings sounded different, they all meant the same wonderful things: respect, friendship, good wishes, and kindness. Whether someone said Tashi Dalek, Namaste, or hello, they were all ways of saying, "I'm happy to see you and I wish you well." When it was time to return to their villages, the two new friends promised to meet again. They had learned something magical that day. The mountains were home to many different people with many different ways of saying hello, but underneath all the different words and gestures was the same warm feeling of friendship. Pema and Karma decided to teach their families and friends the new greetings they had learned. Soon, children from both villages were meeting on the mountain paths, sharing their different ways of saying hello and making new friends. From that day forward, whenever Pema heard an unfamiliar greeting on the mountain, instead of feeling shy, she felt excited. She knew that every new greeting was a chance to make a new friend and learn something wonderful about the world. And high in the Himalayas, where the prayer flags still dance in the mountain breeze, children continue to meet and greet each other with open hearts, proving that friendship speaks every language and every greeting is a bridge to understanding.